Welcome to John Marshall High School's Woodworking Training Series. The Thickness Planer. The thickness planer evens the thickness of stock. It is a stationary machine that takes rough-cut stock and thins the board down to an even thickness by shaving material off the top of the wood. The thickness planer is available in various sizes, ranging from 12 inches to 52 inches wide. A medium-sized planer will plane stock 8 inches thick and 30 inches wide. Some companies manufacture small home versions of the thickness planer. The thickness planer is enclosed in the body. The power is controlled by the safety switch. The stock is fed into the machine by setting it on the table. The in-feed rollers pull the stock into the machine. Next, the stock is cut by the cutter head. The pressure bar firmly holds the stock against the table. The stock is pushed out by the out-feed rollers. The speed is controlled by the feed rate control. The thickness of cut is adjusted by the elevating crank. Safety procedures. Always wear appropriate eye protection when using the thickness planer. If you are unsure how to use the planer, check with the instructor. Never force material through the planer. A properly adjusted machine should pull the stock through. Hold the stock on the top and the sides, not under the wood. Fingers can be badly pinched between the wood and the table. Never look into the front of the planer when it is running. Sometimes a piece of wood can be thrown out of the front of the machine. With normal stock, do not make a cut heavier than 1/8 of an inch. When planing wide stock or hard wood, the cut should not be heavier than 1/32 of an inch. Do not plane stock that is shorter than 14 inches, or the distance between the in-feed and out-feed rollers. Stock should not be planed thinner than 1/4 of an inch thick, or a block must be used under the wood for support. Clean the shavings out of the machine only after the machine is shut off, comes to a complete stop, and the power is unplugged. Operating procedures. Before planing a board that has a warp, plane one face on the jointer. Adjust the planer to a thickness of about 1/16 of an inch less than the thickness of the stock. On most planers, there is a thickness adjustment gauge next to the table. Check with the instructor before planing a warped board. Turn on the power. Stand to the side of the wood being planed in case of kickback. If the stock is long, get someone to help you, or place a roller, referred to as a dead man, at the other end of the long stock. Determine the grain direction of each piece. Place pieces conveniently near the in-feed end of the machine with the grain in the proper direction. If the wood has a chip taken out of the face after the first pass through the machine, simply rotate the wood end for end to solve the grain direction problem. The jointed face should be on the bottom when feeding the stock into the planer if one face is rough. Keep the board in a straight line when feeding into the planer. Do not send the board through at an angle. When a shorter piece is run through, make sure that another butts against it from behind. If the stock should stick going through, lower the table and shut off the machine. Never run painted, varnished, or used lumber through a planer. Wait at the planer until the cutter comes to a complete stop. Congratulations! You are now ready to take the thickness planer online safety test.